So anyway, moving into this weekend, we have UFC. I haven't been really up to par with my UFC, so tell us what we're going on this weekend.
Well, do we want to talk about real quick what happened last weekend? Because there wasn't too much. The only thing.
Yeah, we'll do a quick recap.
Yeah, the only thing we really have to talk about from last weekend was the main event.
Yeah, crazy fight.
The battle of the Rafaels.
Yeah.
Rafael Fiziev against Rafael Dos Anjos.
Mm-hmm.
They were the main card. The main event on the main card. 5th round KO for Rafael Fiziev. He moves up in the rankings. He takes the 7th overall spot in the lightweight rankings, which is super impressive. Really tough fight. RDA is a really tough guy to beat.
Mm-hmm.
So super impressive that he takes his spot and he takes him out. Fiziev calls out Justin Gaethje after the fight.
Very interesting.
Which is a good call out. I mean, Gaethje coming off a loss.
Mm-hmm.
So, like looking to fight somebody maybe a bit lower in the rankings.
Sure.
And he says, I just thought this quote was hilarious. He says, bad leg kicks, but he punches hard. So he says he kicks bad, but he punches hard. And Fiziev is a Tiger Muay Thai guy out of Thailand. So he knows his kicks, and he had some really good striking. It was a great fight. I mean, you saw how tired he was. He doesn't usually do 5-round fights. I think that was his first 5-round fight.
Really? Well, I mean, it showed. Like, he got into that 5th round. He was a little tired, and then he clipped him once, and then it's like all his energy came back to him, and he landed like 3-4 elbows right against the fence.
He saw that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, and it just sparked him. And I think, I mean, the rest of the card was okay. I don't think there was anything like noteworthy.
The only other one that I thought was really cool was that Nurmagomedov guy.
Mm-hmm.
That 135 pounder.
Okay.
Kickboxing, I think he is a kickboxer, but he's got some crazy strikes. That guy was nuts. And he won his fight.
Yeah, I can't remember what fight that was, but like his number.
Like third from
fight?
The top.
Okay.
But okay, so the fight coming up this weekend is an absolute sneaky banger of a fight card. There are some sick fights going on this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hyped for it, but I think it's really early. And anyways, like in the day. Ortega is taking on Yair Rodriguez in the main event.
That's the only fight I really know.
That is a sick fight. Ranked number 2 and number 3 and the featherweight division, 145, just under Volkanovski. Yair Rodriguez coming off a loss to Max Holloway, 5-round decision, which is like, you put up a good fight against Max Holloway, but he did get pieced up and he looked like an absolute like pulp after because Holloway punched him so much. And then Ortega, who honestly has given, other than the Max Holloway fights early, has given Volkanovski the toughest time, one may say.
Here's my problem.
Yeah.
With that division right now.
Yeah.
So winner of this fights Volk again.
That's like, what they want.
We all wait for Volk to come back from whatever he's going to try and do in whatever weight class he's going to try and do. And then we wait for them to have this fight again.
I think the winner of this fight should fight Josh Emmett or should fight...
For contender?
For, like a title eliminator while Volk gets, rehabs his finger because he's got a broken thumb right now.
Oh, you mean to say while he becomes a double champ?
No, I think that can wait. That can wait. We talked about this last week. I think it can wait a bit. But I think maybe one more title defense and then go up to 155. But
he might disagree.
The champ can do what he wants.
Yeah, and it's vacant. And
it is. It is technically vacant.
Yeah. So.
But yeah. So Ortega is 15-2, and his only 2 losses are to Volkanovski and Max Holloway, which is pretty impressive. Yeah. Yair's 13-3, and his last loss was to Max in his last fight.
Yep.
That's the main event, which I think is a sick fight. Like that's gonna be awesome. T-City, he's gonna.
What's your predictions though for that fight?
Ortega by submission.
In what round? Give me a round. Call it.
4th round. I think it's gonna be late because I think he's gonna let Yair drop his guard a bit, and then he's gonna pull off a triangle or something crazy. Anyways, let's continue with the card.
Yep.
Co-main event. the karate hottie, Michelle Watterson, is fighting Amanda Lemos at strawweight. That's going to be cool.
Is that her actual nickname?
That's her actual nickname.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'll show you her Instagram.
I saw you write in the notes here, and I was like, I don't know if he wrote that or if that's her name.
No, that's her that's her actual name. The karate hottie, Michelle Watterson.
All right, very cool.
She's good. She's coming off a couple losses. I mean, I don't remember what her last fight was, but the last time I watched her fight, she lost. Li Jinliang, who his last fight was against Khamzat Chimaev.
Didn't win that.
No, he did not win that.
He
got absolutely
annihilated,
ragdolled,
right?
picked up and made fun of in front of Dana White. He's fighting a guy, Salikov. I've never heard of this guy, but that should be a cool fight. I don't know if that's how you say it either. That's going to be a cool fight. Lauren Murphy is fighting Misha Cupcake Tate.
Okay.
That's fun. Lauren Murphy's last fight was against Shevchenko, which she obviously lost to. And Valentina, former champ, has lost 3 of her last 4, which is a shame. But that'll be a cool fight too. That's the whole main card. And then there is one fight that's pretty interesting on the prelims. Jack Shore. He's ranked number 14 right now. I didn't write the weight class down. And I actually don't remember what weight class he's in. Maybe he's one. Let's see.
I have the rankings on the iPad.
He's this is bantamweight, 135. And he's fighting Ricky Simon, who's ranked 13th. And Jack Shore is this really cool UK men's who's 16-0.
16-0.
16-0. So he's actually like an absolute like tank, which is his nickname, Tank. Right. And yeah, that'll be a cool fight. Like I'm definitely tuning in for that one. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the pound for pound rankings in UFC right now.
Yeah, I saw that and I was kind of interested because I got some questions for you.
Yeah.
So you start us off.
Well, the pound for pound rankings, Aljamain Sterling's up to 6th, with Dustin Poirier dropping down a bit, and with Max Holloway dropping down to 10th.
So what made Sterling get moved this week?
I think it was...
He fought 273, right?
He fought a while
ago.
Peter
Yan. What am I saying? Yang. Peter Yan.
Piotr, yes.
Yes, he fought 273. I remember that, and it was a little controversial.
But I think it was because... I think it was because Poirier got dropped down. What was the reason?
Because the guy won't fucking fight anybody.
Oh my god. Well, he's looking to fight.
Whatever,
I'll defend Poirier, but he's looking to fight. And Holloway's down to 10th in the pound-pound rankings. I think the top 4 of pound-pound rankings being Usman, Volkanovski, Adesanya, Oliveira.
Correct. In that order.
I think is like perfect.
Yeah.
Like I think that's the most accurate you can get.
The other thing too is that I don't see anyone, like when they defend those titles, I don't really see anybody walking in there and taking those titles away from those guys.
And if they did, it would be super impressive.
Yeah, because they've just been so dominant for so long.
Or they've been on some good stretches.
So
some of these guys.
It's just to kill that momentum. And even like we saw in Izzy's fight, like we talked about last week, even though we might have been bored, he still won 5 rounds. So it doesn't really matter what we think. And then the other thing I had, you also mentioned here, there's Sugar. That got moved up in his, not pound for pound, but in his
bantamweight, bantam, to 12th.
Good for him because I think that means we're not seeing a rematch.
Yeah, like I don't know if he got moved up because somebody else got moved down, but either way, that shows that the UFC at least has Sugar Sean's stock. You know what I mean? Like that upped his stock. The fight against Pedro, the fact that he didn't like lose in the first round and that he put up a good fight. He didn't take any head or body shots the whole time.
Yep.
Like I think that goes to show that he deserves to be in that top of the bantamweight division.
Yeah, I think so too. But the other weird thing I found was, and then Pedro didn't move at all.
Yeah, I think that makes sense too, though.
You think so?
Yeah.
Just because he didn't necessarily lose?
He didn't necessarily lose. You kind of can't count it as a loss. Yeah. But I think that just like how Sean moved up, I think because somebody moved down, I think Pedro's very, I guess, not that the rankings even matter, but I think that he's vulnerable to be moved down the rankings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think the rankings matter when they're making fights and like when we're talking about who we want to see and we go, okay, we want to see Sugar in the top 10, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But like, I don't know who Pedro fights next. To be honest, we don't care about that division right now. Like, I care about the division, but I want to see Sugar fight again. Like, yeah, that was like as a Sugar Sean fan. Like, we have Dillashaw that's set to fight, but that's it, like we talked about.
That's the best division in the UFC.
The bantamweight?
Yeah, 135.
You think so?
Yeah.
Like, best division now or best upcoming division?
Best division now. Really? Other than,
lightweight.
I always say this.
Yes.
Other than lightweight.
So,
lightweight's the best division.
When we're talking about it, we're just we're already excluded lightweight.
We already assume lightweight's the best.
Yeah. So there's that. And then really quick, before we move on from UFC, what is going on with Nate Diaz? I saw a bunch of stuff going on today. Now he's talking about, Khabib's the Hall of Fame. What does it even mean? He doesn't care. But that's Nate Diaz. He doesn't care about the Hall of Fame. Khabib's just on the run. He doesn't want to fight. And I know that's like Conor shtick and stuff like that. But Nate wants a fight. He's been saying he wants a fight. He's not getting one. So what? Now he just wants to see how much he can stir up. Like,
he was literally peeing on the UFC PI, like, because he doesn't care. He just wants to fight.
And I know he doesn't want to. He's not going to resign. I know that's the whole point.
Yeah, he just wants
one fighting
let
to leave.
the man fight.
Yeah,
in
and
my
get
opinion,
out of there.
Let him fight. He has said all these people he wants to fight.
But they need to. And you can't blame. Here's the thing: as much as the guy wants to fight, and the UFC's pushing his contract further and further, they want to see him and McGregor, or they want to see him sell out an arena.
Yeah. And
I just don't know if he can do that tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, I think they need to pick the right opponent.
Yes, and I think it's Dustin Poirier. Okay. And I'll put my nuts on the table and say that I really think it's Dustin Poirier. That'd be such a sick fight.
I hope you're right. God. I really hope you're right.
Because they want Dustin Poirier to fight Colby Covington, who, to be honest, should be in the pound-for-pound rankings, even though he's an ass. He should be in the pound-for-pound rankings because he's given Kamaru Usman, the pound-for-pound number one, the biggest obstacle. And if Dustin Poirier can be in the pound-for-pound rankings because he was good for a while and put up a really good fight against all these top contenders, then why isn't Colby, who put up the best anyways?
Well, I think you're right. I think you got a point. I hope what you're saying comes to reality. So we'll see.
Nate Diaz needs to fight. Yeah.
Only time will tell. And we all want to see the diamond get in the octagon again. That pretty much covers it for sports. I know. See, again, I said that we didn't have a bunch of sports to talk about.
But it's all sports.
It's always sports that gets us so fired up.